Ooh, everybody, welcome to Mandatory Mando. Listen to that music. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like an avatar about to.
I feel like I'm in the movie Avatar.
Nope, not that.
Oh. Hope everybody's having
video
a
game avatar.
wonderful night. Welcome to Mandatory Mando, the weekly Mandalorian after show. We're being really timely by doing it 6 days after the episode came out. You know us.
Mandatory 6 days later.
When you reached out, Craig, I was like, wait, I thought you said you're doing Thursdays.
We pushed it. It's going to be Thursdays.
It was supposed to be Thursday.
Mhm.
I was having some technical issues with my body. And
Did you
Technical
unplug it back in?
difficulties?
we'll leave it at that. I was in massive amounts of pain. So we appreciate you guys waiting.
okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Craig went to the
Jay,
gym. It was good.
Jay, it's okay. You can laugh.
Yeah, you
It's
can
okay.
laugh at my expense.
Yes.
I don't want
Um,
to. I feel like Craig gets so much heat from his co-host all the time. I feel like if I need to be here, I need to be
Yeah.
on Craig's
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
But it's even funnier
Sweet.
that Abby just said, "Oh, it's because he went to the gym."
Because he went to the gym.
Craig went to the gym once.
Yeah,
He had
his
to
legs
cancel 2 podcasts.
You did like 3 squats and then
I
just
can't move.
I didn't even go in. I was just in the parking lot. I just looked at the gym and I was in pain. Listen, we appreciate you guys being here. Obviously, if you're coming in through regular YHS channels, Toy Anxiety, or if you're coming through the Geek Dad Life channel, wherever you came from, we appreciate you being here. This show will be live every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern. But we're getting you started. We're getting you primed. Listen, every channel on YouTube did a whatever they fucking call the show, Mandalorian after show this week. We're just doing ours a little bit later. No worries. But we do have a special guest. Let me go ahead and introduce everybody. Jacob Walsh. Jacob, how are you? How's your week in Star Wars going?
It's pretty good. I'm excited that there's some Star Wars to see this week. So
Yeah, it's always
just
a
that
good thing.
alone is a good time. Yeah.
It's always a good thing. And Abigail Gardner.
Hello. Hi, all. How am I?
Yeah.
Doing so well.
Can we tell the story of this shirt real quick?
I love this shit.
So
Thank
this
you.
is a vintage C-3PO shirt. It's my
Yeah, that
shirt.
looks.
It's my shirt. I sold this shirt. Jake, you who know about this story.
Oh, I know this.
I didn't want it.
You're
anymore.
wearing this in protest.
I
of
sold
the
it on
buyer.
eBay.
I
And the-
turned it around.
And the guy said it wasn't like, he's like, it's really wrinkled and faded. I'm like, first of all, wrinkles you could take care of. And also, it's a vintage shirt.
It's
What the fuck?
vintage.
It's old.
Does he not have an iron?
Yeah.
Well, no,
It's
he-
called
he's-
tie-dye.
He
Okay.
said something. He said something like, "Well, I guess you took those pictures before you wore it 10 times."
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I
damn.
do with everything
Yeah,
I
it's
sell on
like-
eBay. I take a picture and I play with it
You
for.
be sneaky. Wear this 10 times.
Anyway, so he sent it
You gotta
back.
get
We
your
got
last
to
reps in before you send it off onto.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure it fit.
Yes.
And
And now
anyways,
it's tonight's giveaway.
Yes. For how many likes? 200? 500? It's got to be a lot.
no giveaway, but we will ask you guys to hit that like button, help spread the word. This is the other YHS channel. This is where we have all the regular podcast, non-toy content. So we appreciate you being here
Yeah.
with our special guests. We're gonna have rotating guests every week, all the way.
Ryan's in the chat, but he can't be here.
But he won't do the show, but he's in the chat. This is class.
This is not the way, Ryan.
Thursday. He messaged me. He goes, "Where the fuck is the Mandalorian show? I'm gonna have to watch regular TV tonight instead of watching the show." And I was like, "This is your to be on it. Where are you?" Anyways, Jay, how are you, man? From the land of North Carolina.
I'm doing well. I when Ryan refused to show up to this show, and this long rider and long request, and
Oh, it's
I was like, you know what, I'm not as demanding. I'll just jump in and save the show. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm excited to be here and hanging out with you fantastic people to talk Star Wars.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about Star Wars. And Jay, I want to let you know, in your honor, and it's been driving Abby crazy, I've been listening to your home state band, even though you're not from North Carolina, the Avett Brothers, all week.
Oh,
One of my favorites. Abby can't stand them.
Is this mandatory Avett?
So I wanted to let you know that.
that's awesome.
Yeah, other
I
things.
guess
Yeah.
You don't have headphones, like you can't just like.
No, out loud. I play it on the guitar. It's a whole thing.
That's
Oh.
mhm.
Hey, let's go ahead and say hi to the chat. we're going to acknowledge everybody that's here. We appreciate you guys being here with us on a Saturday night. Obviously, we wish you had something better to do, but you don't. So we're glad that you're here. And that's why we normally podcast on weekdays. On Saturday night, I'm usually out at the nightclubs. That is not true. Matt Curley is here. Matt had a great entry into the YHS Draw Slimer contest. Almost won the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Silver K is here. Greg Knoll is here. Ryan Dole is here. Thank you, Ryan. Nelson, Mr. Crispex, Stephen Lawrence, Skylar Davis, highly articulated. Lots of familiar names. We appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get into this week's episode, Season 3, Episode 1, which is Chapter 17 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
The Apostate. The Apostate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like a thing. They don't reveal the name until the show starts. And
Really
sometimes
annoying.
you don't like that. Okay, walk me through it.
I don't know. Just like when I'm trying to, you know what it is? Like you're trying to make a post and you're trying to have everything set up. And I got to make it like Chapter 17 or is it Season 3, Episode 1? And I don't have a title yet. And I don't know. It makes it's a pain in the neck.
It's a pain in the ass. I got you.
Yeah.
For technical reasons, you don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just like it's the whole
I
JJ
get
Abrams
it.
thing where everything has to be a secret to the last second. It's like just put it out there. Come on.
Shrouded. Everything is shrouded in mystery. Yeah. I understand that, but I get kind of a jolt of like seeing that, like the next part.
Well, because we're dumb Star Wars fans
Yeah.
and we think it's gonna like pop up and be like Han Solo returns or something like that.
Yeah, get ready to see Palpatine.
Right, exactly. Let's go ahead and round table it though, like we always do. We have to say how many credits we give this episode. I know I've been eagerly anticipating the debut of Season 3. And I can't wait to hear what everybody thought about it. Jacob Walsh, how many credits are you giving this episode out of 10?
Out of 10, let's see. I think I'm going to go middle of the road and give it 5 because I feel like it was kind of a middle of the road episode. I don't think I would ever give a Mandalorian episode under 5 because they're all pretty good.
Mhm.
But to me, there was nothing special or it just felt like a weird mid-season episode of The Mandalorian. So
Okay,
I'll
there you
give
go.
it 5.
All right. Abigail, how many credits?
8 credits I am
Ooh.
bestowing to this episode. I thought it was fun. There was lighthearted action. I liked the practical flourishes and the movement on Grogu. It felt like it was a lot of stop motion stuff. I enjoyed the places we went. I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, I was a little light on plot, so I would deduct 2 points and give this an 8. It gave me all the good feels that I want from watching The Mandalorian. Didn't see Din's face, which is kind of a bummer. But I've got The Last
Hey,
of Us to see Pedro on
hold on.
Sundays.
Don't kid yourself. Pedro Pascal, he ain't on set anymore. There's no way he's doing. He's a voice actor at this point. But anyway, so 8 credits. Okay.
8 credits, yeah.
Jay, I'll throw to you. You're our guest. How many credits? You got?
So I think I kind of have a similar score to Jacob and Abby here because I gave it a 7 out of 10, which it felt like a C. It felt like a solid C. Like I enjoyed it. It felt great being back in that world. I love all the characters, and there's nothing I didn't like, but it did feel like more of a mid-season episode. It didn't feel like a season premiere. Let's start this thing off. But I still enjoyed the hell out of it. And even though we didn't get to see Pedro's face, we do. I think we've gotten teased. He's going to bathe in the waters, and I assume he's got to bathe naked. So
With the helmet up.
Yes, and IG-11's going to film the whole thing.
I hope it's like a steamy water. I need sweat. I need some oiliness.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm not a
And,
religious person, but I like these 2 opposing views of the Mandalorians. Like it's almost like you see it like I go to the non-denominational Mandalorian church. I like the really traditional stuff, but I can also get in with like let's pop your helmet off, get a dark saber, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, some upbeat singing.
Right. But we're gonna break down the whole episode. I'm gonna give this a 6. I'm at a 6, almost a 7, because there was some stuff in there I really liked. I do agree with what you guys are saying that it didn't feel like that season premiere where it was like, let's go, they're dry. And I think I know why. I've been thinking about this. So Jon Favreau in interviews this week has been talking about, everybody said with the running gag with Book of Boba Fett is that everyone was like, hey, the 2 best episodes were those Mandalorian episodes.
Yes.
And Jon Favreau has kind of come out and said those were kind of the first 2 episodes of season 3. Well, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. Well, he didn't actually say that. But what he was saying is, actually, he didn't say that at all. That's what.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. Let me
Jay get mad.
Misinformation Mando tonight.
Yeah,
huh?
yes. This is what he actually said. I think they felt, maybe Disney felt, maybe Lucasfilm felt that maybe not everybody who watched The Mandalorian watched the Book of Boba Fett, which I think is an insane. Everybody did, but it's been 2 years, and they covered some ground. Like the last time when Mandalorian ended, like Luke Skywalker took Grogu, and if that's the last thing you saw, maybe you would be confused joining back in. But I feel like they felt they needed to retread some water and catch up the casual viewer who maybe didn't see Book of Boba Fett. I think that's bullshit. I think Star Wars is Star Wars, and you already covered major plot points.
Mhm.
We didn't need to.
Yeah.
It felt like some redundant and
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of derivative stuff, and I hope that probably will be just the first episode, right? Let's hope.
Let's hope. Yeah, I mean that seems like a big ask for Star Wars these days, but let's hope.
I'm just saying that, like, it seems like, well, watch the next episode's going to be like Cobb Vanth getting surgery. Like, what are they doing? Like, we've already done this. It just seems like more of a prologue, right? More of a setting the stage for the rest of the season, but just reaffirming a bunch of stuff we already know. Like, A, Grogu and Mando are back together. B, he still has the Darksaber. C, Bo-Katan is sitting in a castle by herself and being mad at the world.
And it made it kind of seem disjointed because of that. It's like this is the first episode, and we're going to start off with a giant creature. Then we're going to go to pirates. Then we're going to go back to Navarro. And then we got, the space battle. And then we got Bo-Katan. It's like, this is one episode. It seems like they're throwing a lot at you.
Right.
Right off the bat. Yeah.
And I think, and I'll throw to everybody on this, but one of the things I worry about is that when Star Wars is great, it's like the best thing ever, but it sets a standard, right? So, Jake, you talked about this recently, off the air in a personal conversation, but I want to bring this up. The episode of Book of Boba Fett with, Cad Bane and Ahsoka and Luke and Grogu training. Like, I don't want to steal your words, but you were telling me recently that was one of the best Star Wars things you had ever seen.
It is. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, that feels like such an important episode, and Luke looks more like Luke than real Luke, and there's so much good storytelling in that episode, and all the acting's amazing, and the Cad Bane Cobb Vanth scene is like, I would watch the entire movie of that. That episode feels like they accidentally just made the best thing it's like, will Star Wars ever be as good as that episode? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, they peaked.
Right.
And it wasn't even within The Mandalorian. Yeah. So that is kind of a weird place to jump in on the show. Like,
it's like if you had the best day of your life, but you were like, you know what it is? It's like when the best day of your childhood was some other family's vacation. It's just like, what was your favorite day ever? That time the Johnsons took me to Panama City Beach. It was fucking awesome.
Hey, well, wait until midway through this season, we get 2 episodes in a row that are just Boba Fett episodes. We're going to be so annoyed.
Oh my God. Just mods.
Or I think it'll be because Ahsoka is like a spin-off of this. I feel like we're going to have the Ahsoka spin-off series here, which is like Rebels, the Rebels.
Sure.
sequel.
We might.
We had a big
with
Rebels reference in this episode.
The whale.
Hey, we don't have to talk about this literally.
Linearly?
Yeah, that. We can talk about the whales. Let's talk about the whale. Brendan Fraser. Oh, different whale.
Purgles.
What are they called? Gurgles?
Purgles.
Yeah,
Purgle.
Purgils.
Let's talk about the Purgles. So this was a scene early on. I actually have a screenshot that I'm going to share. That's how prepared I am.
Wow.
All right.
Production.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So if I could ever figure out how to
Are we going to get to
work
see the
Streamer-
screenshot, or
I'm just going to
you going to show it to
describe
us?
it.
You're just going to
I'm
talk
going to
about it?
describe it. I'm going to describe
Yeah,
it. No,
Star
I'm
Wars
going
is
to
to keep
detail.
I'm
things
going to do it
really-
here in a second. So this was when they're flying through hyperspace in the N1 Starfighter, 131.99. Oh, sorry, wrong channel.
A bargain.
What? Bargain.
A bargain.
It's a bargain. Don't talk with Jake Stevens about this bargain. He's not happy about it. And I'm gonna have to thumb through a couple of these screenshots because I don't know which one it is. So
Spoiler.
there it is.
Yeah!
There it is. Now
a nice clean image.
this
Yeah,
reminded
good one, Craig.
this reminded me of remember Look Who's Talking?
Yeah.
Oh, and the sperm.
Yeah, remember the opening of Look Who's Talking? All I'm saying. Okay, Jay, are you a Rebels guy? Was Rebels part of your?
Love Rebels.
So you're big on Rebels.
Love.
Okay,
Yeah.
so to the uninformed, not us, but to the other people, tell me about these hyperspace whales and how they travel and why it's important to the Star Wars universe.
I mean, you literally just said it, right? They're these whales, space whales that can, use hyper jumps or whatever, like travel through hyperspace. The whole technology came about because they studied these space whales that did it. So, and they're a big part of the kind of the back half of Rebels, and really the finale of Rebels. The Purgles were a big part of the big space battle. And they hyper jumped with Ezra and Thrawn. So basically, they were an essential component for whatever Ahsoka is going for now. So them showing the Purgles here is very much are just getting you dipping your toe into live action life because it could be a big deal whenever we get into the Ahsoka of it all.
Yeah, connective tissue between them.
Sure.
Yeah.
There was an article that described it as similar to how humans were inspired
By birds?
to take flight by
That's what I was about to say.
birds. People in
Yeah,
the Star Wars
yeah.
universe saw these whales. They were like, "Look at those fast
Holy
whales."
shit, those things are going fast. How do they do that?
Fucking Talladega
Build a
Nights.
ship around one of those goddamn things.
I won't go fast. So and it was a quick scene and it was really cool and it was actually listen, anytime you're focusing on Grogu, you got the Grogu score going, dun, dun, whatever it sounds like. I don't know. It's very nice, very pleasant. It's a very pleasant thing to listen
It's
to.
like chimes.
We'll get back to that though. So let's talk. I want to talk about the opening of this episode. So it opens with a traditional Mandalorian helmet ceremony. I did find out the kid. Everyone's talking about it. People didn't know. See, if we would have done this episode 3 days ago, we wouldn't have had this information. But we can
This
now
is why
confirm.
we scheduled it, for
Which is
today.
fine because it's not very important.
We can now confirm that Jimmy Kimmel's son is the kid.
Oh, really?
Jim,
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
Kimmel? Is it Fallon? It's Fallon.
No, it's Kimmel.
That's Kim. I don't think Fallon has girls. I think.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's why we're here
I'd
tonight
like
to
to-
talk about the
I was like, no, is that the character's name? Jimmy Kimmel's son? Or
Jimmy
is
Kimmel's
this?
son.
Because
It's
that's what I
canon.
was
Jimmy
curious.
Kimmel's a Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was actually Craig Ferguson. So, anyways, it doesn't matter.
Instead of the Man Show, it's the Mandalorian Show.
Oh,
Wow. I hope they have
there's a deep
trampolines.
cut.
by the way, tonight's episode is brought to you by the the Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Neither of those.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Boy,
stop talking.
Yoda.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Wow.
Hey. That was just a holothon.
That makes no sense. and I
No,
love
that's
this.
a Toyota holothon. Yoda.
The Toyota holothon. Holy shit.
Sorry, that's the coolest thing you've ever heard.
Damn,
Okay.
that is amazing.
Thank you.
Anyways, it's like when I go to Civil War reenactments and I go, "Are these weapons canon?"
God. Cannons.
I just
would've
made
been
that
funny.
up.
Cool.
I just made that up, and it's the funniest thing I've ever said in my life.
Wow.
Also, the thought of me going to a Civil War reenactment just in my own free time. Okay, here we
You
go.
are in Georgia, right? Don't they do that kind of shit?
Oh
down
yeah,
there?
Stone Mountain.
Yeah,
all that.
we went to
shit.
Stone Mountain last week, and we were debating whether or not that's okay.
Kidding.
Okay, let's get back to.
They have dinosaurs.
Let's
there.
go
It
back
was
to
okay.
the intergalactic Civil War.
Mhm.
Okay. Opening of the episode, you've got this.
Wait, can I just ask, do you still have the Seinfeld background from the Jeffries? Can we get it behind Craig right now?
Yeah, we still have that
the
curtain.
red curtain. Yeah, they're.
I'll bring it in.
I did. Oh, Jay, I put the Jar Jars. For
I
you,
love it.
'cause I know
Yeah.
you're a big fan of the big Jar Jars.
I'm a big Jar Jar fan.
Mhm.
You've got this ceremony. It's on a planet. I don't think the planet is named, but it's kind of like it's anytime there's like a beach.
Florida planet.
It's what?
Florida planet.
It's
Yeah.
a Florida planet. It's
Part
a
of the Keys?
beachfront planet. It looks like a Scarif type planet. They're doing this ceremony, and they do the little trick. You kind of think like, oh, is this is this Din Djarin? And then quickly you realize it's not. This giant, and you see the armor doing her fucking thing and putting the Beskar in and making the helmet, and I don't know. Forging, thank you. And it's cool. I like this is a part of the Star Wars. I like this part of the story. I like how serious it is. I like the ceremonial aspects of it. I like how
Ritual.
I
Yeah.
like the ritualistic nature of it. I like that she's like, hey, oh, didn't you tell me you took off that helmet? Fuck off. I love all that.
You need to go clean up.
you better go take a bath in the. He's like, I'm gonna go bathe in the seas of Mandalore. She's like, well, you can't.
And we all thought the same thing at that moment. That was like, yes, we are getting a bathing scene, which you already talked about, Jay. But if we're gonna be on that moment, I just wanted to say yes. That's something
Let's just
to look
live in
forward
that
to.
moment again. Let's just
Yeah,
live in
just
it.
live in it.
Okay, but
Okay.
we've had a lot of big creatures. We had the crate dragon. We had the Harryhausen inspired creature from
Yeah.
Book of
Boba
Boba Fett. And now we've got this giant
Space alligator?
It's a space. It's space skater. It's
space
Yeah.
gator, space crocodile. And Jake, you're the first person I think of
Yeah.
because I know how important creatures are to you. So let me go to you on this. What would you think of this opening scene?
Listen, I'm gonna be. I know before I say any of this, I'm in the minority here. I think that the creature was so well designed that it worked against them for me because I love creatures. One of my favorite things about season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian is all of the big monsters. But this creature looks like it could be something that existed on this planet during the dinosaur. It doesn't look like a Harryhausen monster.
Right.
It's not a fucking dragon. This is a creature that lived in this ocean or whatever, probably way before these Mandalorians. That's probably their cave that they're living in. And then we're just watching. I don't know. It was like cool. We get to watch Mandalorian just destroy the wildlife of the planet again. How fun is this? Cool.
The deity.
I didn't like it. I thought the creature design was awesome, but I'm like, all right, we're just gonna watch Mandalorian kill every animal. It's just a fucking animal. What was he killing it for?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like the scene. I thought it was weird
In their defense, it tried to eat Jimmy Kimmel's kid, and he's a famous person.
Mhm.
because they're
Mhm.
encroaching on its
No, I
its
agree. I get what you're
home
saying.
turf. It
No, I agree.
lives there. They didn't live
Yeah.
there a season ago.
Yeah, and I feel like with the crate dragon, it was a little bit more like they kind of built up the story of like the long battle between.
Yeah, it's
Every part is used of the crate dragon. And
Yeah.
It's more like a history.
I just think the design of the animal is so good and it's so natural looking that it kind of took all of the idea of it being a monster out of it. Monsters are fun. I want to see monsters eating people and fighting all the time.
Yeah.
But when it's something that I'm like, well, that just looks like an alligator. Like that just looks like a natural animal, and I'm just gonna watch it die for no reason.
Yeah.
That was annoying to me. But
Okay.
but I know I'm probably in the minority.
Well,
That's
that
like
is
a nitpicky
No,
type thing. But
I did my stream on Wednesday, and you're not alone. I think I think Ralph, my co-host, felt the same way, and because I think you are right. It's just like it was just kind of doing its own thing, and let's just murder it. Let's blow it out of the water, or whatever.
Yeah, because we're having a ceremony out here. I see your point, Jake. I mean, I kind of when I saw the creature, I thought of you because I was like, oh, this is like an awesome tortoise, like alligator, dinosaur, ancient creature. I was like, oh, you'll probably like it, but I didn't really think about that. Yeah, it actually doesn't really sit as well with me now, and I wish they had done something different.
Yeah.
I do want to say one other thing, and because Filoni's Clone Wars, and it was just brought back into the Bad Batch, their big kaiju episode.
Yeah, I just saw that last night.
Oh yeah, so that creature was back in Clone Wars. And they treat it that way. It's like, no, it's not a bad animal. You woke it up from its slumber. Its planet is here. It's a rare, they thought it was extinct. And now you're just gonna kill it because it's inconvenient for you. Like they had this whole kind of ethical thing about this monster. And so it is kind of funny here. It's like, oh, just blow it up because it's annoying.
Yeah.
You know what it needed? This is highly articulated. Says it felt awfully convenient that Mando just showed up and blew it up. Yeah, it was kind of, it was one of those movie TV show timing things, but I think it would have been cool if Mando just had one line of dialogues kind of saying like, hey, you're encroaching on the other people's territory or other creatures' territory. Like shouldn't have had to happen, basically.
Sorry, go ahead, Abby.
No, you're good. I was just going to say for just posterity, that's the Zillo Beast was the name of that creature that we were talking about, Jay. Which I think you'd love, Jacob, because he's much like Godzilla. He feeds off of the power plant stuff.
Yeah, he's cool.
It's weird. It's just weird that like Mandalorian won't kill a space pirate who's clearly coming back. It's like that guy's clearly going to come back. You just kill we don't kill the space pilot, but we'll kill the native wildlife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it was a bummer to see that guy go, but
but he looks amazing. But he looks
great. He was good.
I think he looks awesome.
He survived. I mean, people survive worse on this show.
He's still alive. Those weren't his guts that got blown out of his head.
You didn't see there was Boba Fett. He's like, you need a good bath in the Bacta tank.
Exactly. It's a nice mod job.
Exactly. The mods got him.
Both ran for that. That's funny.
He's gonna have some scooter parts in there. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Mecha.
Yeah.
He'll be a mecha.
He'll be hotter. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to roll on the sand. Putting it out there. Okay, so this Mando flies in the N1 starfighter and he's with Grogu, and you would think by season 3 I'm not over the cuteness of Grogu. It gets me every time. I'm like, look at that little guy. He's just like a little 54-year-old guy being cute, hanging out in the back part of the N1. So it's cute. Starfighter saves the day, and this is where Mando has this conversation with the armorer, where basically, he brings this, what is it, like a relic, a piece of the planet to prove that the whole place isn't poisoned. I get a little weird about Star Wars with this stuff where the MacGuffin kind of
secret planet that we just found out about.
No, it's not even just that, but it's just it feels like there's maybe a better way to explain why they haven't, like, okay. First of all, in the Star Wars universe,
you mean having Mando just say 4 times in the episode, I bet it's not actually poisoned. You don't think that's enough for you? That's what you're saying? I'll prove that it's not poisoned.
It's just a retread of in the Book of Boba Fett thing. Like they already had this conversation, and they're literally having it again. Like they didn't just talk about this the last time.
It felt like Evil Dead 2, where it's like the same, but
they didn't get the rights to the last episode.
Yeah, they don't have the rights
exactly.
You took off your helmet.
It takes like 2 minutes to get anywhere in the Star Wars universe, so just go see.
Just go there. Why hasn't he gone yet?
Just go see.
He needs the one droid he can trust that should be melted in lava, but somehow there's enough of them left
to take his photos and videos.
God, as we pick up, my numbers dropping.
Your numbers are going down to 6. 5 to 4.
There's some leaps of faith here.
Hey, I'll say the best thing in the episode to me was the was the fight, the him fighting the pirates in the sky, because it was usually the actual Star Wars in Star Wars are some of my least favorite things, like the space battles.
Right.
But it was cool to see him using the ship in a way you don't usually see it. It's like hiding and kind of sneaking up on them, and I thought that was pretty cool.
It was like Batman in space, just kind of like in the corner.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember I said to Abby's like, that was actually some good.
Swamp Thing was there.
Yeah, Swamp Thing was in
Swamp
this.
Thing was there.
Love that.
So how are we? So basically, the main chunk of the episode, he goes to Navarro. Jay referenced it because he wants to get IG-11 back because it's season 3, which means the third movie they always go back to the first one. And like, well, we got a little crazy in that second one.
Yeah.
Let's bring some stuff for the first one. It's like Casey Jones is back. You know?
But he's not Casey Jones. Yeah.
It's what do they call him in that movie again? I can't remember.
Yeah.
His
Wit?
like
Wit. Was it Wit?
Wit. Yeah. The you mean the
Third
ancient
one.
version of him?
Yeah. The Elias
Mhm.
Koteas, but ancient version.
Yeah. And April's like, Casey?
There's
It's like,
two Caseys.
hey, April, I don't know if you noticed, it's 1825. It's not Casey Jones. Okay, so
But yeah, they go recruit IG-11's like 50th anniversary Disney statue from Galaxy's Edge.
yes,
This is all very Galaxy's Edge.
yeah.
Yes,
So
yeah.
Navarro is now a tourist destination,
Mhm.
and Apollo Creed is like kind of becoming like. This is another thing that has happened where, Carl Weathers' character, Grief Karga, he's now become like
Magistrate Karga.
Thank you.
Hi. Hey, I gave MVP to the 2 droids that carry his robes because I think that's fucking awesome.
Those guys are cool. But
Wait, that's-
it's
I need
gotten
that.
to the he's like now comic relief. You know?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like he's just there for jokes, which is fine. Like I'm not against it, but like
Mhm.
they address Cara Dune. So
Yep. Yeah, they say
She's off
she's
screen.
gone.
she's
They
gone.
just go, oh, she's gone.
It's on off screen.
Yes.
Gina Carano, the only person to ever block YHS podcasts on Twitter. So there you go. I don't remember
Yeah,
why.
Probably not the only.
Probably not
She's
the
aware
only-
of us.
She's the only one from Star Wars that I know about.
Mhm.
So yeah, they go to Navarro, and Navarro is now being kind of rebuilt as like I said, like a tourist destination. They've got the IG-11 statue. He wants to rebuild IG-11 because he can trust. Like it was like what ended up happening was so like obviously IG-11 is going to be like trying to kill them immediately, like going back to his original program.
Mhm.
Jacob, what'd you think about all this Navarro stuff?
I left myself being a little confused about how much time has passed because it's like, oh, this place is completely different looking. How do you do that in what has it been, like a year, 2 years? I don't know.
2 years, I believe.
2 years. Okay, they've been working construction on one building in my downtown for like 10 years. So I don't know. I don't know. Space construction is different. So, but it looked good, and you're right. It does look like you're just watching Galaxy's Edge. It looks like you're about to jump into hyperspace. You're on Star Tours or some shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that whole IG-11 thing is it seems kind of silly to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's other Mandalorian has met other characters that he has made friendships with and trusts that are not dead.
Right.
I don't understand the IG-11. Like I know IG-11 was cool, and like once he got programmed, he was dedicated to Grogu, but I thought he melted away in some lava. So I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. I get it because the whole idea is he doesn't know if it's poison or not, so you send a droid because the droid can't die. But
Right.
Maybe
but still, it's like
Okay, yeah.
Just
Good
get
point.
another droid, maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
But it
There's-
diminishes.
Hey, there's 4 droids in this photo. Just take one.
Yes.
All droids, like why take the droid who was originally designed to kill Grogu when it seems like every other droid in Star Wars will do anything you tell it to do?
Yeah,
Right.
there's a lot that aren't programmed to kill Grogu. But Jacob, I was actually thinking it kind of takes away from that really impactful death, or I
Yeah.
guess it's called a death that
Right,
IG-11
bringing them
suffers.
back, yeah.
Sacrificial. It's kind of like bringing Black Widow back after you watch her die. Like it's a
Yeah.
Whoa.
spoilers. Sorry, everyone.
Whoa.
They
Doesn't
haven't,
fit
have
the
they?
franchise.
Hey, all right.
Well, they didn't bring her back, but there was a movie.
But then we go
she
back
had
to
her
her
movie
story.
after she was dead.
True.
Oh yeah.
True.
Oh, I thought we were spoiling that
That was a
Black.
prequel.
I thought we spoiled that Black Widow returns, but then I just realized that's not a thing.
Now we can start that rumor, but everyone will be very sad when it doesn't come true.
I went to sell my Black Widow hot toy, and I decided I didn't want to because she just looks so good.
Too
Dude,
fun.
sell
Oh,
that
so
damn thing.
weird. Okay, so Navarro, I don't remember the exact cadence, but there's two main chunks that happens here. So first, let's talk about these pirates. This group of pirates shows up. They're trying to go drink at the school that used to be a bar, and they just don't like change. Hey, they would have hated Barack Obama. They would have. Well, his whole thing was change.
Big Mitt Romney fans. Big Mitt Romney.
Yes.
Big dude, big Mitt Romney energy from these four. Okay, they're like, yeah, we're gonna get in there. We're gonna have a
Bang a-
Little chocolatey
yeah,
treat.
we're gonna get in there and have some drinks. It's a school. No, it used to be a bar. Now it's a school. Okay, I think I've got a picture of these guys somewhere in my Rolodex here.
Yeah, I saw it before.
Let's see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. No, not
There
there.
they
It's a
are.
blur.
Okay,
Oh, there it is.
there we go. So these
Mhm.
pirates show up and they're being assholes. And then Jacob, you referenced this earlier. Like they kill 4 of them and let one go.
Just
and they're
leave
like,
one go.
they're like, he'll spread the word not to come mess with us. Like that's how pirates work.
don't you know better at this point? Shouldn't Grief Karga know better at this point that they're fucking look at them. They're pirates.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way these guys look, but they look more like Star Trek aliens to me, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think
No.
they look good.
I mean, that's happened a lot, like specifically on the Disney Plus shows. Like, remember the first time?
Well, that's what happens when it's a week by week show. Like,
Right.
That's just a product of like, okay, we got to design something. Let's get weird with it. That's just what that is.
What was the blue guy who played him in that first? Is it Horatio?
Horatio
Sands?
Yeah.
Sands.
Yeah.
Sands.
Totally looks like somebody from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these guys show up, they have a little skirmish, and then the follow up comes a little bit later in the episode. Does anybody is there anything to say about this other than
that maybe the action is more playful to maybe not great. And I wanted to also acknowledge when IG-11 comes back, like the statue of Grief Karga killing him, like it's a little like hokey. There's
Yeah.
some hokey action going.
They literally said, "Way to use your head," right? Like that line was.
Yeah.
the-
Dad joke, ultimate-
Mando says it. It's the
Okay.
worst. It's like a Craig joke.
hey?
Yeah.
Oh come on!
Yeah,
Craig's a great
Hey.
me.
He's a notch above the dad jokes, which is what that was.
I don't even have any kids. But
Doesn't
but
mean
I'll
you
have
make the
some if
dad
I can
joke,
tell them jokes. like doesn't matter. Okay.
Nope.
So
Move on.
who fixes a droid? Who do we know that can fix a droid? There's gotta be somebody that can fix a droid. Let's talk about this. What are these guys called? They got a name now.
Yeah.
They're Babu Fricks. That's what
Uh,
I call them. They're all Babu Frick to
His
me.
name, yeah.
They're
Those
all-
species.
Yeah, they have a species.
I forget.
There we go.
I wrote it down somewhere.
First of all, I will say this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so cute.
God,
No-
yes.
No squeezy.
Are they called the Unsullied? Is that what they're called?
No, Anzellan. Anzellan.
Oh, that's what Game
That's
The
Game of Thrones.
Unsullied.
What are you fucking talking about?
Oh, this guy's been
The
through a lot.
Unsullied?
Oh yeah, the Unsullied. Yeah, that's it. Well, maybe
Yeah.
we don't know.
Admitted to the Khaleesi.
Sick reference.
Yeah, I want to squeeze this little guy like Grogu's
He's so
doing.
cute.
Yeah.
I thought this scene was really funny with like, okay, so you
I
have
love it.
it's in a
Yeah, me
tiny
too.
little room,
Yes.
and Mando's like sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground,
Mhm.
and
In that armor. There's
In
no
that-
way he was able to get up by himself. in that
no,
armor.
no, and then Grief Karga is translating, which
Which you can make out what they're saying.
Yeah, it's like very-
and no work anymore. He said it doesn't
Bad
work
baby.
anymore. Yeah, we know. I was expecting Grief Karga to lead in and be like, I'm telling you, Rocky will knock you back into the ring with me. Not one more time. Remember that part? Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Creed
all of-
3 out this weekend.
Yeah,
Yes,
well, I'm
we
gonna
haven't seen
say
it yet.
Human Clay. I thought that was the third grade.
Oh no, get out of here.
Oh god.
Stop.
Go.
Listen, I thought this scene again was really fun and cute and made me laugh. And we got, it feels like they want some connective tissue to the sequel trilogy. I don't know if this is the most important one, but I'm fine with it. We also got monkey lizards in the trees.
Kawaki and monkey lizards. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Galaxy's Edge, Alien Kingdom.
It really, I love people calling for like they now need to like do a little cutout on the ground to have this little workshop so you could like go at Galaxy's Edge and just look inside.
Oh, that'd be
Here and there.
awesome.
Fuck yeah. And like have
That'd
them
be
all
cool.
like being puppeteered and moving around.
Yeah, that they could totally do that.
Yeah.
I agree with Joel here though. Yeah, he could speak Tuscan, but these guys, no way.
Can't figure it out. Studio Hinge says Grief was translating the Babu Fricks for Mando the way I translate my 5-year-old to my.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
By the way,
great.
everyone's going to call these guys the Babu Fricks, and
Not
That's my
them.
band name. The Babu Flicks.
Frick and the Babus. It's amazing that people were so quick to drop Baby Yoda and start calling him Grogu. It's very like I didn't see that coming. I thought they were going to have a hard time prying Baby Yoda away from people, but I don't, the smart people still say Grogu, right? All right.
I think you
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
you
Doesn't
can
matter.
go back and forth on it.
Doesn't matter. Okay. So
Hey, hold on. A question before we move on from these guys.
Yeah.
Are any of these actually Babu Frick, or are they just the same species? Like, was the main one supposed to be Babu, or no? I don't know.
50 years after this, right? Whenever that happened.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but who fucking knows how
Yeah, did these
these
live for
aliens?
1,000 years? Yeah.
Yoda's
Yeah.
or Grogu's 54 years
Yeah,
old.
that's
So who
I
fucking
mean,
knows?
well, if they keep rebuilding droids that are, murdering everybody, maybe they have a short lifespan. These guys only live to be about 2 or 3 years old.
And we broke this down on my show. That's the one again. I love IG-11. I didn't like that they blew him up because I was like, I don't want him to be done already. But he literally exploded himself in lava.
Right.
How
It's
the
like a
hell is
double
there
death.
pieces left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Were they saying that statue was made from like
Yeah.
a different? So yeah,
Yeah.
but which is why
No,
it reacts
it's-
like
No,
kill,
it was made,
kill,
it was made
kill.
from him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
because you can see all the welding they did to put it back together. It's like, how'd the pieces land all outside of the lava river? He was in the
Yeah.
lava river melting.
Yeah, it's crazy. These people are trying to take all these statues down.
My God.
God,
I
pretending.
mean,
it's
listen,
2020.
Arnold, the Terminator melted in a lava river too, and he came back 5 more times.
Yeah,
anything can happen.
Jason Voorhees. We get
Yeah.
it.
So listen, they have this
Let me have
scene where all of a sudden Mando's like working on IG-11 because he's now also a Babu Frick. Maybe that's what we're gonna find out, that Mando's actual lineage is part Babu Frick.
I hope we find out about the Babu Frick race, that they're just like gremlins, and if you get them wet, they multiply. I hope that's
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that'd be
Yes.
awesome. Bright light. I like this scene where IG-11 they reanimate him and he's going ape shit. It's very much, remember in Terminator 3 where he briefly goes back to being a bad guy and he's coming after them? That's what it felt like. It felt very 80s. It felt like RoboCop. It felt like Terminator.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing happened. They put the statue on it. It was whatever. It's whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Where did that end up? Well, how did they leave that? Because I only watched the episode one time. It was like a lifetime
Well,
ago.
so like the whole thing is they needed a chip, and that's why the Babu Frick's like, yeah, it's no good. You need a new chip. And he's like, all right, I know where to get a new chip, and he's gonna get new chips. But before he did that, he's like, I think I gotta go see.
Bo-Katan.
Yes, that's the charade. I get it. Okay.
who's just sulking in a chair by herself.
Dude,
all
she's
day?
being a
Is she the
hot ice
only
queen.
Is she the only person who lives in the Mandalorian castle, and she
100%.
just sits there
Yeah,
without a TV all day long, just sulking about the fucking
The pose
saber?
was perfect. Just this, and then the helmet's posed perfectly.
Yeah.
So this was an interesting scene, and it kind of feels like the core storyline that we're gonna have this season is this battle for the rightful heir to. Well, what are we laughing at?
Silver K. No straight sit like that. And
That's true.
I would have to say I agree.
They don't.
Yeah. It's a power stance. You're opening up.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's badass. It's
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, let her brood. Let her be
No,
stoic.
I think what it actually is somebody who's a Mandalorian who has to wear this dumb armor 24 hours a day, trying to get comfortable in a concrete chair that looks like it's the most
She's
trying to get comfy.
I guarantee she was
Yeah,
sitting.
I
She was
like it.
sitting around in her jams. She
Yes!
heard the Naboo starfighter was like, you know that you were like, you know when your parents walk in, you pretend you're asleep. Like she was
Yes.
like,
yeah.
Ferris Bueller. It's like,
yeah. She went and
Absolutely.
sat like that, waiting for him to walk down that long ass fucking hallway. Okay, what was
Mhm.
their conversation? What happens here?
I want to join you. She's like, join what? They're all gone. Don't you got the dark saber? You just fucking tell him what to do yourself. Which why doesn't he?
agreed.
Why doesn't he? He's got
Yeah.
the fucking saber. Isn't he
Yeah.
like, hey, hold on. Isn't whoever has the dark saber is kind of like the King Mandalorian or whatever?
Yeah.
Then why doesn't he say to the goddamn armor, hey, you know what? I got the dark saber. You're not a Mandalorian anymore, and I am. I'm
Well,
changing
it's like,
it.
but
They're
'cause
teasing
don't
it out. I
believe
bet
it.
that will happen.
They don't believe in that though, right? Like it's like how Catholics believe in the Holy Ghost and all that shit.
Father,
and
Son, Holy Spirit.
The regular people who are Christian but not
Episcopalians.
Catholic. Yeah. It's like two sectors of the same belief system that have core differences that make
Mhm.
it two completely separate,
Mhm.
different belief systems.
Which would make sense because the episode's called Apostate, which is a person who renounces a religion or a political belief system.
I was thinking of Roger Rabbit the entire time.
What?
Apostate, you idiot.
Yeah,
God damn it.
not prostate.
Jesus. Get your church verbiage right.
I take these big pills and
Yeah.
drink lots of water.
Hey,
Craig thought Roger Rabbit was going to be in this episode.
I did. I was waiting for him.
Where's Roger?
Rabbit?
Armor's making him a Mando helmet. Tough because of his ears.
Oh man. Okay. So I so yeah, they have this conversation and it's basically like, hey, we're gonna have shit's gonna go down between us at some point, but I have to go to Mandalore and take a bath first.
Yes.
You know, right? So because I need to
Beneath the Civic Center in the city of Zindari.
yes,
Mhm.
which come up with a better name than the Civics. Atlanta has a Civic Center.
I'm
I know, I was like,
confused. I'm confused about the bathing because, like, I know you guys said that you're assuming if the bathing happens, then he's got to get naked for it. But so, in order to atone for taking his helmet off, he has to take his helmet off again. That makes no sense to me.
It's
And
a
his
reset.
pants.
And pants. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. It's like a baptismal thing, which is 100% Catholic. And
So
Judeo-Christian.
whenever Mandalorians, so like that kid from the beginning, you know, they made him a Mandalorian helmet. What happens when he outgrows that helmet?
Make another helmet.
So he's got to take it off, right?
Well, they hold on. They said
You can
they
take the helmet off. You can't
Yeah.
just do it in front of anybody
Yeah.
else.
you
Yeah.
can take it off to eat.
So you can take it off. You just get
to
okay.
bathe.
all right.
Yeah. You
Mhm.
can take it off. You can take
Mhm.
it off.
Din takes it off in like that first season when when
Yeah.
that woman gives him the food and she leaves. And
He's an
Uh-huh.
idiot.
Does he?
like,
Because
he
I thought
watches
he-
her.
I thought there were
Hold on.
scenes of him eating
There's
under the
pretty
helmet.
tricky. He lifts it up, but that scene with the chick that he had the hots for,
Yeah.
he takes the helmet off and looks at Grogu in the room by himself, but he's without helmet.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a great scene.
But then he takes it off all the time. He takes it off in front of Bill Burr. Take it off. If the armorer knew how many times he's revealed his face, he would have to do
He
a
thinks
lot
it
more.
was, yeah.
He would have to take a bath, a shower. He'd have to take a sauna. There'd be a whole thing.
Yeah.
With the episode with there's an episode where he takes all of his armor off and he's an Imperial officer for a fucking episode.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Star Wars.
You joined the Imperial Army?
Yeah.
So now he's got to atone for that and be
You
washed
got to
clean.
take 2 baths.
Yeah.
Which again, I'm fine with that. Just a whole episode, multiple
Yeah.
baths.
The
Mm.
bathing episode.
Mhm.
It'll be like an episode. It'll be like Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah. Do you think he's raising Grogu to be a Mando, like in the Creed and all that
course.
stuff? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
To me, the whole point of that opening scene was to then have Grogu close the season doing the
That makes sense.
baptism or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, but what's gonna happen is they're gonna be doing that, and then the crocodile's face is gonna come up, and they're gonna go, "Whoa!" and then it's gonna be end of the
Remember
season.
me?
Could be like cocaine alligator.
Cocaine bear?
Seinfeld
Yeah.
music hits.
Yeah.
I want Grogu. I want Grogu to be a Jedi.
Me too. But he
Yeah.
could be a both.
I want
He could
that
be,
better.
he's
I
gonna
want
wield
that
this
more.
dark saber. He's gonna be the second Mandalorian Jedi.
I actually. So who's the first one?
The guy that made the dark saber.
Right. Okay.
Vizsla, something Vizsla.
Right. Here's what I think. There's gonna be a scene. This would be the best thing ever. You know how every time, well, you remember how Yoda used to be like, Luke, you're being an idiot?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah,
in The Last
all the
Jedi,
time.
he's like, Master Yoda. And he's like, Luke, you're being an idiot.
Yeah.
There's
Favorite
going to
part.
be a scene later on in this season, probably, where Luke is going to be complaining to somebody, maybe to Yoda, that Grogu made the wrong choice. And Yoda's be like, Luke, you're being an idiot. He can be both.
Yeah.
Because Luke always has to learn this fucking lesson over and over.
Every
Well, Luke's like, he was
I'd be
so
cool with that.
distracted with these frogs.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you don't think this is leading up to either this season, next season, to that scene where Grogu is wearing his custom Mandalorian helmet with
Yeah.
Yoda's saber, and that's what it's
I
gonna
want
be.
that. That's what I want.
Mhm.
That's
Yep,
gonna be
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I want that hot toy.
It's gonna be
already
very
sold.
small.
Pre-sold. Done.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty small.
DeLorean's coming. Is your DeLorean coming soon? My DeLorean's coming.
I've got like
Already?
several payments left on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I was
doing
dumb. I just did the whole thing. So. I'm so
I-
broke.
I didn't know you were in that full thing tax bracket.
Wow.
I've never
No,
been in a
I-
full
I-
thing
More
tax bracket.
interesting now.
I just
You
did the
bought a-
pre-order thing. I did the
You
pre-order.
bought a hot toy at one time? I can't buy the regular hot toys without putting them on a
it
fucking
was
payment plan.
literally like I was like, oh, it's not coming out for like 2 years. I'll just do a pre-order, and that's fine. And then
Right.
my account hit. I was like, holy, I'm fucked,
Dude,
But it's
Yeah.
fine. I'm excited.
Abby losing my debit card actually saved me $450.
You're welcome.
Because I didn't
What?
because I completely forgot I pre-ordered the Thundercats tank when I collected Super 7 Thundercats for like a week 2 years ago, and it was connected to my old debit card, and they were like, I got a notice. It was like, we're gonna cancel your order. I was like, bye Thunder Tank.
Good.
Have a good
Yeah.
time.
See
That's
ya.
funny.
So and then this all leads up to after he meets with Bo-Katan, or maybe it was before, I don't know. There's this space battle where the pirates come back, and who
That
knows?
was before because I think the episode ends. The episode ends in a very kind of weird way. It ends with him walking out of the conversation, and it's basically like Mandalorian going like, "Well, maybe I will," and then it's just credits, and I'm like, "Oh,
Right,
Yeah.
what? Maybe I
Yeah.
will. Watch me."
We did get this new character, which
yeah.
what's really cool is that if you are a toy and action figure collector, you can go buy him now.
Gorian Shard.
Just kidding, you can't. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In 2 years he'll be pipelined, and in
This
3
guy's
years.
cool. I like this guy.
Very cool.
This guy's like the head of the pirates.
Yep.
And he survives this battle though. A lot of
Yeah.
the other pirates don't. But yeah, it was good. It was good Star Wars, man. Good
It was Star
space
Wars.
battle.
Mhm.
Yeah. Agreed.
Good stuff, yeah.
Made me feel better about buying a $131.99.
Hey,
And one
rumors it may
Starfighter.
even be cheaper than that. So hey, be on the lookout.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay, so Jake, what do you think of creature design on this guy?
He looks like Swamp Thing. He's got the nose. He's got the red eyes. This
Yep.
is a Star Wars version of Swamp Thing. I've seen a lot of comparisons for other creatures as well, but he very much looks like Swamp Thing. But he also very much looks like a Disney created character. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
Right.
there is something about it. The way he talks
Mhm.
seems like this was an animatronic from a Disney ride. But I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars, you are amazing. Ba-na-na-na. Yeah, this is a great character, and I love him. I thought of you, Jake, when I saw this on
Yeah.
screen, and he's much like the beginning space alligator creature. This is
Mhm.
like one that jumps off. You're like, oh, very cool, very unique.
Yeah.
Would love to see more of this dude.
So, a couple things to note as we get close to winding down here. Jay, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
As we go, like we'll probably have a couple episodes of this show. As the story starts unfolding, we'll have more guests. We'll probably have longer episodes, but I don't want to.
This is like our orientation weekend.
Yeah, it's orientation weekend. I did like this character. Things I'm looking forward though to this season. I really am. I am looking forward to seeing how they incorporate Ahsoka in the Rebels storyline. Like we know we're getting,
Yeah.
Ezra and Hera and Thrawn, and it's just gonna be fun. That's gonna be really
Yeah,
cool.
I think so too.
After this episode, I rewatched the last few episodes of Rebels just to kind of like get myself back. And I was like,
It's a
oh,
good idea.
I'm gonna do that.
It's a
I'm
good
excited
idea.
to do it. Yeah, because I'm like full up on the Bad Batch and caught up, and I think it'd be really fun to go back. I think I dropped off like I watched the first 2 seasons.
you didn't finish Rebels?
I didn't finish. I don't even remember what happened, other than
you're in
finish
for
it.
such a treat because I think Thrawn comes into season 3.
Okay.
The season 2 is because you have the whole Vader versus Ahsoka thing. It's
Yes.
a very like this is the end of that, and then
Those are
Those
the only episodes I've seen are the Ahsoka Darth Vader
Okay.
battle episode that I went and I was like, oh, I need to watch this when Ahsoka showed up in
Yeah.
3 and 4 are so good, and then the end of towards the end of 4, you also wrap up the whole Ahsoka versus Vader thing.
Right.
But it's so good.
Yeah, I gotta wrap up in there. I love the end of Clone Wars. Like the last season was with Ahsoka was great. So
Right.
yeah, I need to get to Rebels.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited to find out who Christopher Lloyd's going to play because we know he's going to be in Mando season 3 somewhere. Will Luke return? Probably. I imagine there's going to be. It seems like the cadence will be there's going to be at least one episode that's like the showstopper. Whoa! Can you believe they did this thing? And I'm excited about it.
To me, it feels like if they're gonna do more Luke, it might be end of the season type stuff. I feel like it would be too soon to bring that storyline back right away.
Right.
Maybe like the end of this season is going to maybe set up more of the Grogu's Jedi shit in maybe the next season. I don't know.
Yeah. And another question that maybe we could kind of end on this thought, and if there's any questions in the chat, we'll address them before we wrap up. They mentioned Moff Gideon going on the tribunal, right? He was the big bad the first couple seasons.
Yeah.
Now we have this this almost Mandalorian civil war that we're going to be kind of having as the main focus. But you got to think there's going to be a big bad at some point, whether it's Moff Gideon returning or we might. What? Well, Thrawn, right? Obviously, Thrawn, but maybe probably at least.
If you haven't finished, you need to go watch seasons 3 and 4 of Rebels. Like, I think the same guy who played Thrawn is going to be playing the live action Thrawn.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Really.
All right, yeah. Now
For
I got a mission.
And then
plan.
They're going to be building towards sequel trilogy stuff. So do we learn more about the origins of the First Order? Like, I think that stuff's eventually going to be important.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then we've got more shows coming out. We got Skeleton Crew. We got Ahsoka. And there's just a lot of good. It's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. It really is. So let's. If you guys have any final thoughts, I'll go to the chat for a couple questions, and then we can wrap it up.
I know it's probably you said you're not ever going to do it again, but I miss YHS cardio because like that's part of the Star Wars experience for me is you ripping open Star Wars.
I'm in. I'm back, baby. Another
great Grumber.
It's fun. Listen,
yeah.
Cardio is really, really fun for everybody except for Craig, who has to pay for the cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we should launch a Patreon for it.
Yeah, or get monsters or something, just to like.
Here's the thing. Before I get to the chat, I will address this.
Mm-hmm.
Ripping open cards is the most fun you can have as a human being. Nothing top. It's better than sex. It's the best thing ever. Sorry, ladies.
Better than Pedro Pascal bathing in the waters under the Mandalorian mines? I think not.
No.
If there was a card of that, I would love it.
Well, there probably will be.
I've always been an off and on card collector. The thing with modern trading cards is they've gotten so expensive. They're so premium. Even the cheap stuff is over $100 a box, maybe 200, whatever. Yep. 3 years ago, when I hit the signed Harrison Ford card, I will never have that moment again.
Yeah.
So I'm chasing a crate dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to happen. and I sold that card. I sold it for a ton of money. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I still had it, but I don't. That's fine. That card is worth a lot more than a regular Harrison Ford autograph.
Is that video?
card-
Is that video still up on? Because it's the
gotta be
most
somewhere.
unhinged video I've ever seen. It's so guttural and insane.
Have you seen it,
that
Jay?
You look like a
I don't know if I've
madman.
seen that
Craig.
one.
But
Yeah.
it's the video of them finding that card.
Well,
and
what
Craig,
happened was I wasn't filming. I was just opening cards in my
Yeah.
just for my own entertainment, not for the
Mhm.
world's. And I saw that it was one of the silver plated. I knew it was something good, and I was like, "Abby, start filming." And I was just like, "I'll send it to you." It's hilarious, and also very.
it will make
embarrassing.
you concerned for Craig's sanity.
Yeah.
It was
It
pre-pandemic.
brought out like the old poor
It was
Craig.
pre-pandemic. Oh
It
shit!
was fun.
Or wait, was it during the pandemic? No, it was
No, it was-
pre-pandemic.
No, I think it was pre.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was pre-pandemic because the guy I bought it from died from COVID.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah,
Jesus.
Shit.
we've discussed. Yeah.
I know.
Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know,
Shouldn't have sold it.
I
That's
sold
to
it.
Craig.
I bought the
not
box from the guy, and I sold the card back to him. It was like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I heard he
Hmm.
died. I was like, what
Ah.
if I get that card back?
A lot of thoughts.
Anyway, okay.
Jesus did take a turn.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Cardman. That's not his name.
Yeah.
I don't want to give out his real name.
Card man.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't. He owned the card shop. He was a great guy. It was really sad.
Don't feel pressure. You don't have to share his name.
Well,
Just move past
Yeah,
it.
this
I don't
isn't his
wanna-
show. It's okay.
For like 2 months, he was like, I'm not taking that shot. I ain't getting no shot. I don't know what to fucking tell him. I'm not lying.
He's
Well-
he's a grown person and he made his own decisions.
True.
There you go. Everyone's got to make their own decisions. All right.
Yeah.
Elmist 757. How many new live action Star Wars shows are there? Well, we've got Ahsoka coming.
Mhm.
We've got The Acolyte coming. We've got another season of Andor. We've got Mandalorian. And we've got Skeleton Crew. And then Lord knows they're going to announce new stuff. I have a feeling they're going to announce at least another season of Obi-Wan.
Yeah. They paired a lot of stuff back. 'Cause remember that like whatever that Disney thing? where they had
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
TV shows and
Fandom.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't Fandom, but it was
and
basically.
had what's her name in
Patty
Rollerblades.
Jenkins. Yeah.
Yeah, and Rollerblades, and then Wonder Woman 84 flopped, and they're like,
Yeah.
JK.
Guys, we got so many Star Wars shows coming. We got a Lando Calrissian show, and we're gonna have like a Luke
Mhm.
Skywalker cooking show. Just listen, making stuff up. None
Which
of it ever
again,
happened.
Donald Glover, more Donald Glover on screen. Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yes, sign me
Please.
up.
Yeah.
Listen, we recorded a regular YHS before we got on here, and
Oh,
Alden
shit.
Ehrenreich was in Cocaine Bear, and he was pretty good in it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's cute.
Here we go again.
Oh,
Abby
well,
used to
you
date him.
Listen to the episode. No.
According to Abby,
No.
she had
Oh,
sex with all.
Don't start that rumor. Just listen to the episode.
Okay, here we go. Ryan says, with Andor being targeted to an older audience and being amazing, did it make the episode jarring to get back into since it targeted towards a younger audience? That's a good point. I mean, very different vibe than Andor. Andor was like its own. Andor felt like it was like, what is it, Sunday night on HBO at night?
Yeah,
And-
people are cheating on each other. It was a.
Andor felt like they were like, hey, let's make a good Star Wars show.
You want to do a good one?
What happens if we do like a series? Let's cut out
Good
the
one.
tomfoolery and make a serious show.
David wants to know, did we
Just
see
that real quick, just to
Yeah.
respond to that real
Yeah.
quick? I loved Andor. Andor is incredible. I cried like the last 3 episodes. I am a big baby, but I was blown away by that series. But I gotta say, like having 2 young sons, like they're like, Dad, I don't know, this is kind of depressing. So it was nice to like have a
I hope
Star
they
Wars
sound
that they
like
liked watching with me. So
Yeah.
Watch
I didn't
it.
mind. I didn't
Life
mind-
is depressing.
Do
Dude,
your kids actually sound like a Mickey Mouse cartoon?
Depressing.
do they call you
Wait.
Geek Dad Life?
No,
I don't know, Dad.
They all sound like Ralph from The Simpsons.
I'm in danger. But yeah, so it was nice. It was nice to like just have a show like, oh, this is cool, baby Grogu. All right, let's
Yeah.
go.
I've
Yeah.
long said that I feel like The Mandalorian is the closest to capturing the magic of the original trilogy, and it does. I mean, listen, it's the 3rd season. Like, it's gonna be Mandalorian probably peaked in season 2. Like when Luke Skywalker showed up in that X-Wing, and I was like at 4 a.m, like kicking the air and punching the wall, going, Luke fucking Skywalker, my Luke is back. I sounded like that for some reason. I was like, fuck. I was just like, I was like, fuck Ryan Johnson. Anyways, okay. So David asked if we saw the TMNT teaser. I saw the cast list. I don't know if
there's a teaser.
Did they put out a trailer?
Let's watch it live right now.
Oh, they're still throwing copyright strikes like
Yeah, I ain't getting shut down.
Shit.
Oh yeah,
I'll show the other one, like Johnny Knoxville as Leonardo. I watched the trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the Michael Bay one, the other day, because I saw that movie once at theaters.
That was a fun one. I like that one.
It looks really bad.
Yeah, that was cool designs.
Anyways, the voice cast looks pretty impressive for not the Turtles, but the side characters.
Nice.
Seth Rogen and John Cena as Bebop and Rocksteady. Sign me up. So okay, here we go, everybody.
There is a teaser trailer.
There's a teaser.
It's like super teaser, but there is a teaser.
Super teaser.
Oh, it's kind of like just like vague
the
kind
title,
of looks of the
music.
Yeah, it's like
Turtles
20
in the title.
seconds. It's like 20 seconds. Like, yeah, I just watched it.
Oh man, talk about some mutant mayhem. Okay, here we go. Last thoughts of the evening. Let's round table it. Abigail Gardner, what are your prospects for the rest of the season?
Well, I know that Din's gonna take a bath, and we've already all talked about that. So I have that to look forward to. More than anything, I'm just really happy to be back in the world of Star Wars again. Watching and building up to this episode release, like I've been talking about the Bad Batch. There's something just really exciting about being in that world and seeing new stories being told. And seeing the things that Dave Filoni like did in animated style, and seeing some of that crossover to live action is so exciting. And yeah, Baby Grogu, give me like as much of him. He releases all the serotonin. I'm really happy that the show's back on, and I would like to see like better things from it maybe in the future, but I'm just happy that it's back in general. And like you said, Craig, like it probably peaked, but like it's still pizza, like it's still good.
Right. It's not the first slice, but
yeah,
it's still pizza. I like that. Jake, final thought?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Abby. Like it was a good episode, but I do want to see it be. I want every other episode to be better than this one. You know, I want every episode to gradually be better and better. And I feel like season 2 of Mandalorian is better than the first season. You know, and it was a uphill thing, and I'm hoping that this is that too. I do think maybe they need to kind of streamline, or the first episode did feel like they were just throwing a lot of stuff around, and I'm like, whoa, where are we? But I don't know. I got high hopes for it. I think it's going to be fine.
Cool. Jay?
It's similar. I think it will be good this season. Like from what I understood, they showed the first 2 episodes to reviewers and stuff like that, and apparently the second episode is supposed to be really good. So, I think if there's concerns that it did peak, I think hopefully soon those concerns will be laid to rest. Very soon.
Sure. Yeah, same thing. Majority of the Mandalorian has been good to great, and it's sometimes like unbelievable. So my only the complaint I would normally have is that the episodes just feel so short. When we live in a world where I could watch an episode of Yellowstone that's like an hour and 40 minutes or something. Let's just but I get it. Like they're telling a story, and I do trust Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. And Kathy Kennedy, I love her. She's great. All the decisions she makes are great. I think. Actually, I heard she's getting fired. I heard it on YouTube. So listen, here's what we do.
Yeah.
Thursday nights, join us here on the channel. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you hitting the like button, leaving comments, hitting the chat, all that stuff. We love you guys. Jay, you're more than welcome to join us any week. I know you already have your Mando show, so talking about it twice seems like
I need to get you all in on it too. So
let's mix up
crossover.
Yeah.
We'll do a crossover. And then we appreciate you guys being here. Follow us on social media at YHS Podcast. You can follow our audio feed. We do ask you if you like what we do here, go to the iTunes feed for Yes Have Some and leave a 5-star review. Let us know what you think of the show. Leave that 5-star review. Only takes a couple seconds, helps us more than you know. And I got to tell you guys, we got a big year coming up. Lots of movies, lots of Star Wars, Ghostbusters, and I wish I was going to Star Wars Celebration. It's in London.
Let's go. Come on. Let's
Yeah, we can do it.
throw some more of those cards. We'll get plane tickets.
Yeah.
Come on, London. And there's not going to be a Star Wars Celebration next year, which means my official prediction, I've not said this on the podcast, is they will announce the next movie this year. It will be in production next year, and they will premiere the trailer at Celebration 2025 for a Christmas 2025 release date. Holy 2025.
Wow.
What are we in, Star Wars? Seems so far away. All right, guys, we appreciate you being here. We'll see you next week. For Jacob Walsh, Abigail Gardner, and Jay Geek Dad Glatfeltler. Do I say your last name right?
No, that's okay.
Oh, thank you.
Craig doesn't say anybody's last name right.
Doesn't try.
It's Glatfelter.
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 I know you're a guest on my show, and I fully respect your time. I think I said it right, but it's fine. For everybody, we appreciate you. We'll
Maybe
see you
even
next
a little
week.
bit more right than you.
This is the way. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.